Leftist when a dentist tells them that their teeth should be white and straight. Hey, it's Sunday. I'm Akorn. Welcome back to Laugh While the World Burns. Another week, another dumpster fire. Grab your marshmallows and let's dive in. When a dude in Denver almost hit my car and then yelled at me, "Watch it, pronouns." Well, if you look like them, people's gonna assume that you're one of them. 8-year-old me laughing at the Amish for living off-grid. Adult me realizing they got it right. In many ways, yes. And in most ways, they're far better off than the vast majority of the country. Transgender boxer makes shocking return, brutally beats 19-year-old girl. Yeah, it's real shocking. You guys gotta hear this clip from JD Delay. Give it a listen.
Listen to this woman's take on the whole EBT thing.
Listen, so stop crashing out. So you just can't get your hair done this month. You can't get your nails done this month. And them lashes that you have look like windshield wipers, yeah, you got to try to glue them on yourself so you can feed them little raggedy kids of y'all. That's right. But that's just being responsible. That's being responsible. But when you do that, bring your ID, because then I'm going to be seeing the real you. And I've never seen the real you. So I can know who you are. So I need you to have some ID, because I'm a card jack. Because of all that shit, I don't know y'all. I don't know none of y'all.
Frustration is knowing that the agenda is not hidden anymore, and yet the sheep are still obeying. It's very sad, but it's also very true. Rapunzel, let down your hair. That's okay, never mind.
So this wasn't my idea, but I f***ed with it the long way. So instead of deporting all the illegals, let's give them a chance. We'll give them some punch cards. And if they hunt down 5 child molesters, they're granted citizenship. And we can call the whole program Alien versus Predator. And we can put body cams on them and stream it live on pay-per-view. This has got potential.
How to watch the collapse of civilization. Yep, make sure you use proper technique. The only difference between death and taxes is that death doesn't get worse every time Congress meets. I wouldn't bet on that. OnlyFans models have billboards now, next to a school too. Today's society. And if that wasn't bad enough, University of Washington professor defends inviting OnlyFans star, whatever her name is, to speak at lecture hall of 1,200 students. Must have been career day. Lord of the Rings demonizes orcs, says college professor. Class also targets William Shakespeare, C.S. Lewis for decolonizing. A university professor is attacking classic literature through the guise of academia. Specifically targeted are the beloved works of J.R.R. Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, and even William Shakespeare. So to basically sum it up, to have fake fairy tale creatures in books that are vilified, mocked, or etc. is hate speech, racist, and whatever. But at the same time, the left is fine with what amounts to pornographic material being in the library books in children's schools. Yeah, that is an absolute fact. Meet the Senate aide with a $44,000 taxpayer-funded commute. Top aide to Senator Roger Marshall of Kansas charged $44,000 to taxpayers over the past 2 years in commuting expenses between Washington and Lynchburg, Virginia, where he lives, according to public records. And later on in the article, it says he plans to continue this too. Chucky Schumer, destroying what's left of Senate credibility. Don't ask why I need an team. Ask why an IRS agent needs one.
This is really concerning.
I might be getting canceled for this, but I'm kind of pissed off. Anyway, I'm a senior in college and I'm in international public relations, and I was told to read Chapter 8 this week of International Public Relations, Negotiating Culture, Identity, and Power. I'm reading, I just opened it up to chapter 8 about 5 minutes ago. I've been sitting here in awe. Chapter 8 is titled Contested Identities Shifting Publics in a Globalized World. I'm gonna read you what I just read and where I stopped. I think it's the second sentence, maybe the third. Identity may be one of the most contentious words of the new millennium. An internet search produces the following modifiers for identity: corporate, sexual, digital, public, racial, national, brand, and even Christian. A US-based white supremacist group. I'm pissed. So I would just like to say that as a Christian, if you're reading this and you're not a Christian and you're in college, I am not a white supremacist. So can we cancel these authors? Or are we gonna cancel me?
I am actually not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised either. I told people this was coming 15 or 20 years ago. Are you okay? No, I'm living in a country run by clowns. Antifa is just an idea. The bricks they throw are not real. Let's record a mixtape and call it Joe Obama. Me not watching the news, because if it's important enough, I'll know about it from memes. All right, buddy, we're going inside.
We're going for a walk.
Walk it is, then. That dog's built right. One cigarette shaves 20 minutes off your life. Yeah, but an 8-hour workday takes 8 hours from you. Masks smash and grab robbers don't look so scary when jewelry store owner pulls his gun and open fires. The quintet ran away for their lives.
But first, catch a look at this. Surveillance video captured this wild moment when a jewelry store owner opened fire on a group of thieves in Madera near Fresno. This happened on Thursday when the masked man broke into the store only to be met by the gun-wielding owner who was ready to protect his business. Those thieves ran away with about $170,000 in jewelry. Police were able to recover the getaway car, but not the thieves yet.
AI content now outnumbers human written articles on the internet. But the good news is that the slop seems to have plateaued for now. Well, it's not just articles, it's taken over all the video too, especially on social media, including YouTube. Democrats.
Crime is down.
Doritos and Democrat-run cities. Conservative men get so confused when they realize leftist women are the hot girls they don't stand a chance with. I could say a whole lot of things here, but I'll just leave it to you guys in the comments. If you have a bad day at work, remember that this guy died at work and they resurrected him so he could go back to work. They're not wrong. When you get tired at work, but remember who you're doing this for. Yep, that is the absolute truth of it too. The UK wants to enforce its censorship laws in the US. The First Amendment begs to differ. Well, unfortunately, guys, just like with all the age verification things that they're implementing, or rather that's the reason that they're claiming that they're implementing that, this is happening across all the nations. Unfortunately, I truly believe it's only a matter of time before it's here, and a whole lot more. Every time I realize I have bad posture, that guy has to be an android. The United States accounts for less than 5% of the world's population. However, it represents 83.1% of the global volume of ADHD medications. Yeah, and most of the time, they start prescribing it to them when they're kids. Bluetooth disconnected. Woman's GMC falls off lift. Why is the dealership quoting her $12,000 to fix it? Yeah, apparently this woman took her truck in to have some routine maintenance done on it, and instead the dealership drops it off a lift and then gives her an invoice of what it's going to cost to be repaired. And on top of that, they already had half of it tore apart in the shop or something. I may be showing my age here, but I remember a time when we fought communists instead of electing them. Meet a socialist Mandani-style mayor just elected to run West Coast 5th largest city. Yep, that's right. And of course, it's Seattle. Here's a video of a fully autonomous bus in China that operates without a steering wheel or a driver's cabin, and it's running 24/7 on urban roads. Nicolas Cage. Nicholas Overflow Facility. My air mattress when I go to sleep versus when I wake up. Everybody gets older, probably just can't handle the steroids anymore. Another people of Yellowstone. Yellowstone tourist suffers consequences after getting too close to bison. He thought he was at the petting zoo. There's just more and more of these idiots all the time. Things you can't do without government permission. Build a house, drive a car, go fishing, collect rainwater, get married, use a plant. Now repeat after me. I am free. Yeah, all of these and many other licenses and permits and a whole lot other are actually all against the Constitution. It literally point blank states it. But yet, here we are today, and there's literally countless numbers of them.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones.
Criminals, we're going to take your criminal conduct into the neighborhoods. I would tell them if you value your life, you probably shouldn't do that in Polk County, because the people of Polk County like guns. They have guns. I encourage them to own guns, and they're going to be in their homes tonight with their guns loaded. And if you try to break into their homes to steal, to set fires, I'm highly recommending they blow you back out of the house with their guns.
Of course I didn't mean to offend you. It was a huge bonus though. I meet someone. We talk. I explain the satanic elites are trying to kill us all. They leave. Yeah, and that's the truth of it too. Florida man steals car from gas station with 1-year-old in the back seat, then soon returns the car and apologizes to the mother. A parent's worst nightmare. A man stole a car from a gas station in Coca-Cola, Florida last Tuesday with a 1-year-old child in the back seat, and then seconds later returned the vehicle and apologized to the mother, police say. Anyone that leaves a child in a car in this day and time? Sounds like this guy still had more sense than the mother. Scientists have just announced today that dolphins are second to man in intelligence levels. No way! Women in third place, though. Joe, you just trying to get me in trouble, man. 1970s ladies. No tattoos, nose rings, or green hair.
Or balls.
Chris Mitchell. Having a warrant is pretty much like playing adult hide and seek. Burlington Police. Chris Mitchell has been apprehended. Game over. You know, guys, it's pretty bad when animals have to be the ones to try to teach people to stop being stupid. I had a meme similar to this one in a Gen X episode a couple weeks ago, and it's still very true. What's going on? teacher lists shocking skills third graders no longer have, like knowing their parents' names or how to count money. I actually watched the video that was in this article, and to basically sum up what she said and what she has seen in her classes, because this woman is a teacher, she said many of the kids, they cannot read a clock, like a regular analog clock, which many of us already know that because we've heard about it many times before, but they also do not know their address because she'd ask them, what is your address for forms or whatever? They don't know what year they were born. They can't tie their shoes. She was saying that a lot of them just have like the Velcro straps and things like that. I guess slip-on shoes too. I guess that's why they used Crocs in the movie Idiocracy. They don't know their parents' name or where they're from. Where they're from, they're third grade, okay. But their parents' names? Really? They don't know how to count money, whether it's change or even cash, because all they're used to using is credit cards and Google Pay and things like that. And another major one we've mentioned on the channel many times is that they can't write or read in cursive. And that pretty much goes for all the grade levels though, even up into a lot of the mid to late millennials for that matter. Which, by the way, I just found out recently that apparently AI also can't read cursive, or at the very least, not very well, because all of us scribble differently, right? So just remember to not have good penmanship. Digital ID, I ain't got nothing to hide. Your sandwich. Carbon score. Eating this uses 8.1% of your daily dietary carbon allowance. If that's not real yet, it soon will be. If you guys thought it was bad when they were getting people from the cemeteries to come and vote for them, just listen to this next one.
Tonight, an Orange County woman faces 5 felonies accused of registering her dog to vote. According to the Orange County District Attorney, 62-year-old Laura Yorks of Costa Mesa cast ballots in her dog's name, and those ballots were for the recall of the governor in 2021 and the 2022 primary. The dog's vote was successfully counted in 2021, but it was rejected in 2022. Prosecutors say Yorks posted a social media a picture of her dog wearing an I voted sticker. If convicted, Yorks faces up to 6 years in state prison.
New York Times shocker. Lovelorn feminist in open marriage blames men. Of course they do. Florida realtors after Mondani's win. I've visited there before, long time ago. It's nice, but I wouldn't want to live there. My husband is watching the kids while I'm on vacation, and I check the Ring camera to see this. Yeah, and what's wrong with that? It works. Looks like it's working just fine to me. He's even drinking directly out of the pot, so he don't have to do any dishes. Smart man. He was defamed by an AI chatbot, and the full story is insane. Google's AI chatbot, Gemini, fabricated fake allegations, evidence, and even counterfeit news articles accusing Robbie Starbuck of sexual assault. I read part of this, and apparently it even made up fake links to real news websites. And it would have what's supposed to be a quote from that site or that page. And they could absolutely make fake news articles, put them into websites, and backdate them to make it look like these are old but real news articles. And that's not even starting to get into anything else that they can do, like how good the video creation is getting. When you Google human clothes, and buy the first outfit that comes up. You know, more than the clothes itself, what in the world is wrong with his leg? Because it always looks like it's overextended. I swear that guy has to be an android. If any of you guys have new cars, you better make sure that your battery never goes dead, because apparently now on some models they've completely eliminated any kind of backup key to unlock the doors in case the battery dies or some other electrical failure happens. This guy here shows all the things that he has to do just to be able to get back into his car when his battery died.
capable they are. Instead of having a simple key like this, you just insert in the door somewhere. You know, key's never gonna not work, right? You know, sometimes you unlock your lock button, that might not work, but at least you're gonna get in with the key. This Ford, as you see right here, has a push button. So it has the regular lock and unlock button. But to get in, you press this button, and then the door pops open, and then you grab that little handle. And I mean, that's as easy as that's gonna get, right? But what happens when you need to get in the car? And let's just say the battery's dead, right? So where do you insert? Oh, actually, that's funny. It's a blank. I forgot about that. So yeah, where do you insert the would-be key, right? Don't worry, Ford is 4 steps ahead of you with this. So you just take this little panel off, and of course your car's locked out. So grab that jump box that you would have in your car, because you know you locked it, right? And you're gonna jump start it, jump this literally with the jump pack, and then that will open the front, which then lets you jump the battery. That then lets you power the door to press the button to get back in your car, because a key just would have been way too difficult.
German forklift company flexes after Lavore robbery. The German company, Bolker, whose forklift was used in the 100 million euro Lavore heist, decided to use the image of the robbery for their latest Instagram ad. When things need to be done quickly, Aglo can swiftly and silently lift up to 400 kilograms of treasure. Bold marketing, silent lift, criminal efficiency. Their marketing guy should get a raise. Chinese robotic startup, Notix, debuts family-friendly $1,400 humanoid. The Bumi model signals the entry of humanoid robots into the consumer market, the company says. Woman goes viral after admitting to being on SNAP benefits for 3 decades. A video showing a woman complaining about her lack of food aid benefits is going viral because she admitted that she's been on the dole for 30 years. Got free food for 30 years and still complaining. Yeah, that's how gun-free zones work. Man who agrees with the media, universities, corporations, and Hollywood thinks he's part of the resistance. Average female at the No Kings protests. Here's a question somebody posted on Amazon asking about this product. Can you replace the spray when you run out? If you run out of pepper spray, you need to move to a different neighborhood. Yeah, and that's just a few. I happened to come across this earlier in the week. This is a tech channel that I watch sometimes, and I wanted to include it in the video because it shows how bad the censorship is getting, and most people don't even realize it because it's not on things you would expect. Far from it, as a matter of fact. Case in point, he got a strike against his channel and the video removed because it was a video on how to install Windows 11 with only a local account, meaning the account is on your computer and you do not have to have a Microsoft account that you have to log into on the internet in order to access your computer. So in that video, he showed how to set up a local account just on your system. Well, they not only took down his video, they put a strike against his channel. So he appealed it, thinking this has to be a mistake. And here's the reply he got back. Again, the warning strike you received was issued based on a violation of harmful or dangerous content, which prohibits content that encourages or promotes behavior that encourages dangerous or illegal activities that risk serious physical harm or death. Now, I don't know where in the world that they get installing Windows 11 on a local account only is going to cause serious physical harm or death. But with that said, they obviously don't want the information shared because this is not an isolated incident. I've seen other channels that were talking about the same topic. The same thing happened to them. Now, it's not every video. You can still find videos on YouTube of it. However, there's a lot that is getting hit. I believe this is also the same video where he talked about another channel that he knew of that got hit because they made a video of how to install Windows 11 on older computers that were unsupported hardware. So, no, I'm sorry, at least in my opinion, this is not a coincidence or just a random mistake. Regardless, I just thought I would drop this in here to give you all an idea of what us content creators had to put up with in attempting to not break YouTube's guidelines. And this is just one example, because this same type of censorship is happening across many types of topics in all kinds of different channels. And it's very likely, as more and more AI-created content floods YouTube, which is replacing a lot of channels with real people, that this censorship is only going to get worse. Yeah, he's had to change tactics a little bit.
Starting next month, we ain't getting no EBT food stamps. I'm irritated. Mama! Next month we ain't getting no EBT food stamps. Oh my God! Everybody pack your shit because we finna go up there to the White House for that orange.
The election is over, but New York still has to make a decision. Just gonna get worse.
Abortion is healthcare.
That's like saying human trafficking is free transportation. Conservative uncles waiting for woke nephews to open their mouth about literally anything at the dinner table this Thanksgiving. Stone Cold Steve Austin when he was a bit younger. Spotted this video on my YouTube homepage the other day. Yelled at for living without a smartphone. It could get worse. I don't know how many people realize this, but there is a growing sentiment and even hatred to some degree toward people who are leaving today's, call it modern lifestyles and moving toward a more traditional life. You know, everything from homeschooling your kids to women who want to be traditional wives to people starting small farms or even a homestead and many other things. But there is a lot of people today that hate people who's doing this, and this sentiment is growing. And unfortunately, I think it's just going to get a lot worse, and I'm not the only one. When you're on your way to the No Kings March, but your mom has to get Lunchables for your school Monday. Just gonna get worse. And speaking about the current generation not being able to count money, guys, it's not just third graders. This guy here is about to lose it because not only can this woman not do basic math, but I mean, even if you weren't great with math, it should have been pretty quick to realize that she's completely wrong. But instead, this guy's trying to explain it to her.
I'm sorry, what are you saying now?
I was asking about your New Year's resolution, and I said that mine was that I'm going to put a quarter in the jar every single day for the next year, which is 365 days. And at the end of the year, I'm going to have over $10,000. A quarter a day. That's all it takes.
I'm sorry, baby. Your math is not mathing in any way possible.
My math is fine. It's 25 cents every
Times
day
365.
of 2025 of the year 2025.
How many, wait, how many days in a year?
365 days.
Okay. Times 0.25. Multiply that for me.
Is 10,000. And then
baby, let's just do it simple. Stop talking. Stop. 365 times 1. We'll make it simple. What is that?
365.
Got it. And a quarter is a quarter of 1.
A quarter is like a quarter is 25 cents. 25.
Yes. 25 cents is how much of a dollar?
It's not multiplying by 1. It's multiplying by 25.
No, baby. So it's even less than multiplying by 1. It's multiplying by 0.25.
You're multiplying it by 1, like a penny. That doesn't work that way. It's 25. It's going to be $10,000 at the end of the year. That's my New Year's resolution.
Math is, I am math. Like, you know what you're doing. My head is going to explode. Baby, 365 times a quarter each day is nowhere near $10,000.
Yes, it is.
Are you talking about
Get a calculator out. Get a calculator.
I am a calculator.
You're not a calculator.
Baby, 365 times maybe $25 a day could be close to like 10,000. It's like 9,000 something. But 25 cents a day for a year.
It's 25 pennies. You're doing it by 1 penny. Like 1. 1 times 360. Yeah, that's going to be...
I can't...
25... Multiply that every single day for 365 days is going to be around $10,000.
Like, we're visibly going to record like a stroke. Like, I cannot.
St. Charles County judge agrees to resign in 2 years after wearing Elvis wig and politicking in court. Judge Matthew Thornhill admitted to wearing an Elvis wig in court and discussing his political campaign, among other misconduct. Would you handcuff a deaf person? Are you taking away their freedom of speech? I'd have to say yes. So does that make it illegal to handcuff them? I don't know. Can I contact your previous employer to make sure you're a good fit? Sure, as long as I can ask your previous employees why they quit. Hey, turnabout's fair play. There's some jobs back in the day that I do wish I had an opportunity to talk to some of the former employees. Wasn't like today when you just get on Google and type in whatever employer it is and see reviews, or maybe people on Reddit talking about it or whatever.
I'm sure I heard this right. Trump said all the groceries is free now. That's what I heard. Well, you take from us, we take from you. Thank you. We're going to be running out the mother stuff.
This woman here posted a video complaining about how $500 a month in food stamps isn't enough.
I just called my mom to tell her, because I just went to the grocery store and I ended up having to pay $50 out of pocket. So I'm telling her like that I have to call the food stamp people and tell them that they're not giving me enough money. So she asked me how much are they giving me. I said $500. She gonna hang up on me talking about they ain't giving you shit else because you got an infant. I don't care if I have an infant. $500 is not enough. I'm running out of food stamps within 2 weeks of me getting it. $500 is not enough. They have to go up because the cost of food has went up. The cost of groceries has went up. So sis gonna hang up on me like, girl, you know I call you for everything. Don't do that to me like that. They need to give me at least $1,000.
So she was complaining to her mom saying that she needs at least $1,000. At least. Now listen, I have no problem, even as a tax-paying citizen, supporting mothers and people that need help who are suffering food shortages. I have no problem. But ma'am, this is not the video to make, especially at this time in our country. Food stamps ending is a possibility because of food stamp scammers and food stamp complainers like this. This is not a good look, and she should take the video down, but I don't think she can now because it's gone viral. And I just want to say this to anybody that gets food stamps and is doing well and you can get your life back on track because you have the help that you need, great. Just keep it to yourself. Do not complain, because when you complain and everybody else is having to pay full tilt for their groceries, they're going to look at you strange and they're not going to be on your side when it comes time to vote.
You can't control the drilling, shipping, storing, refining, buying, selling, trading, and taxing of oil, and then say you don't control oil prices, not including all the wars, invasions, and theft. French farmers decide to take matters into their own hands and get rid of an illegal camp setup. Apparently, a whole bunch of people descended on their land and started setting up all kinds of campsites for trailers and RVs and even tents, let alone all the other vehicles driving around everywhere. So they got fed up with it and used one of the greatest weapons that a farmer has: liquid manure spreaders. Patient showed signs of life during organ harvesting in New Jersey, House members allege. New Jersey Sharing Network, an organ donation group, is under investigation by a congressional committee for aggressive collection practices. Guys, if they are collecting organs, what would be considered an aggressive collection practice? There's a reason there's so many news articles and stuff about people waking up while they're having their organs removed. Or at the very least, while they're already being taken to or already in the operating room. I've had multiple of those type articles on past shows.
Do you mind if we ask you a quick question?
Sure, go ahead. What you got?
Doing a survey and we're asking people, what would you do if somebody broke into your house with the intentions to rob and harm your family?
Oh, I'd call 811.
811? You mean 911?
No, 811, because I'm going to need to know where to dig a hole.
Teen sworn by cops after AI metal detector flags his Doritos bag as a gun. AI has done it again. Egg is one of the most popular forms of child to eat. Well, they're not wrong. We register cars. Why not register? I don't believe in registering cars either. Them. When a government agency can seize private property, take control of private animals, block independent verification, and investigate itself, it ceases to protect. It rules. That's all government agencies has ever done, in my opinion. I shared a meme making fun of the UK government. Okay, Grandma, let's get you to jail. Well, it's not just the UK. It's happening over in Europe as well. And unfortunately, in my opinion, I think it's only a matter of time before it comes here to the US, too.
It's like someone's trying to destroy England. It's literally like they've got a concerted effort to destroy England, and they're getting away with it.
Yeah, and what happens over there?
It's really crazy. It's really crazy to watch. Because the mass immigration's not an accident. If I was going to destroy a country, I would do it exactly the way they're doing it.
Louvre heist reveals museum used Louvre as password for its video surveillance. Still has workstations with Windows 2000. Glaring security weakness revealed in previous report. It's like using your name as your password. This is the same heist as the article that I had in last week's show, where they used one of those big lifts to go directly up to the second or third story, I forgot. But they just completely bypassed the entire ground floor. And the company that makes those lifts turned it into an advertisement. 49ers defensive end Eric Armstead shares a game check. He makes $393,000 a game. 49.3% comes out in taxes. A lot of people would look at this and say, hey, he's still making $200,000 just to play one football game. In my opinion, I honestly don't care how much money he makes. He sure as heck shouldn't be having to pay anywhere near that kind of taxes. It's just legalized theft. Know your parasites. Well, they're absolutely right, but that ain't gonna get rid of them by any means. We all know how the younger generations don't know how to write checks, balance a checkbook, and apparently now some can't even count money. But this woman here isn't talking about any of that. She's talking about Apple Pay. Things like this is what their generations grew up with. You guys just have to listen to this.
If you use Apple Pay, honestly, just be so careful. When you use Apple Pay,
That's real money. If you have your credit card connected, that's where the money is being sourced. It's not like a special form of Apple Pay, Apple dollars. Why they don't just say this is real money while you're paying, I don't know. I thought that I had accumulated a bunch of Apple dollars to use for Apple Pay by, spending so much time on my phone, giving my data very freely and willingly. I didn't think that was real money till I checked my credit card bill. I've been spending money like I'm a friggin' millionaire. I got hair moves. I have straight hair. My hair doesn't even hold.
Florida sheriff defends McDonald's worker who shot customer in the neck. It was just a big mess. I actually saw his statement to the press, and of course this is Sheriff Grady. I would have put it in here, but it was a longer video. Scam emails people are most likely to fall for, revealed by experts. This news site thought it was a good idea to tell the scammers what kind of scam emails work best. That way, all the noobs can get a head start. Speaking of scam emails, I got one through the channel's email last week that I'll share with you guys toward the end of today's show. I think you guys kind of like it. Pelosi to sue McDonald's for trademark infringement. Why are these people protesting us?
I don't know, man, but I'm glad I ain't white.
It takes the brain approximately 90 seconds to decide whether or not you like someone. I just learned my brain processes information 89 seconds faster than most people's. Sometimes you don't have to read the book. The title says enough. Kim Kardashian flew all the way from LA to Paris just because she wanted this one cheesecake from a specific hotel named Hotel Cost or whatever that is, and then flew home. And you drank from a paper straw to save the world. Ah yes, I'll save the planet with my dissolving paper straw while the rich hop on private jets for dessert. You know that they do this stuff all the time too. And just remember, one single flight in one of these jets puts out more exhaust gases than what your car will in your entire lifetime. Well, we've all seen when the batteries in these electric cars catch on fire. This is what happens when the battery in an electric bus catches on fire. I'm sure firefighters are even more thrilled about these. Concrete pump operator left 500 pounds of concrete in my garbage can. I saw where some guy put an old engine block in a trash can, pretty much like this one here, where the bigger trash trucks that has the arm on the side just reaches down and takes the can and dumps it in the back of the truck, and it's supposed to put can back down, but that don't always happen. When all the protests are over and you have to go home alone to your cats. Russian scientists defrosted several prehistoric worms, and 2 woke up. Well, that's the start to a good horror movie. After thawing, the 2 worms began to move and eat. One is 32,000 years old, and the other is 41,700 years old. This year is not the year. Freeze them back.
Excuse me, love. Are you alright?
Oh, hey, can I get your insurance details, please?
I beg your pardon?
I just need your details for my car.
Why?
I don't know if you can see, but the wall's hit my car.
Sorry, look. Have you hit my wall?
No. Honestly, I've just parked my car. Your wall somehow has just hit my car.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
Look, I'm late for work. Can I just grab your details and I can give you
What for?
I just need your insurance details.
I think I need your insurance details. Hold on a minute, yeah? Have you bloody hit my wall?
No, there's, if your wall's hit, there's more damage to my car than there is to your wall.
Okay. And why are you here then?
Because I just need your details, honestly,
What for?
Well, I need to get my car fixed. It was absolutely fine before I came, and it's... yeah.
You've just hit into my wall, haven't you?
People just keep getting dumber and dumber, guys. The deer near my house after eating all the Beyond Meat that I threw out for the coons. Well, probably would be true, but that's somewhere around a 13 or 14 point buck there. And with all those legs, you can make some extra jerky. Newsom's high-speed railway junked for overspending and building very little. I guess the Californicators will have to drive, push, or pull their electric cars to Vegas now. How 20th century. PBS 1980. PBS 2026. Wanted. A man has been stealing wheels off of police cars. Police are working tirelessly to catch him. I bet they are. Here's a video I found this week from CBS News in 1982 with Dan Rather, and it also just happens to have a clip of Al Gore talking about Florida.
Concern about rising temperatures on planet Earth heated up a hearing here in Washington today. For years, scientists have theorized about the dangers of the so-called greenhouse effect, the warming of the Earth's atmosphere due to the burning of coal and oil. And in recent months, as David Culhane reports, research has uncovered facts to support that theory.
Many scientists claim that the temperature of the Earth's atmosphere has been rising over the past 100 years, that the great sheets of pack ice in Antarctica are melting at a much more rapid rate than previously. And finally, that the sea level has been rising with increasing swiftness over the past 40 years. If these scientists are correct, about 25% of Florida would be flooded sometime in the next century, along with low-lying areas all over the world. Climate changes could produce widespread disruption of agriculture. The American farm belt might be too dry, and the wheat and corn crops would have to move to Canada. Scientists blame the odorless, colorless carbon dioxide gas for these potentially dangerous changes around the planet. It is the greenhouse effect. The gas allows sunlight to filter down and warm the Earth. But like the glass of a greenhouse, the carbon dioxide tends to trap heat so that it cannot rise into space. The scientists maintain that the coal, oil, and gas we've been burning for 100 years have produced more and more carbon dioxide and helped overheat the Earth.
We are not doing the kind of research that we should be doing to determine whether or not these scientists who are so alarmed are correct in their assessment.
This computer model simulates Arctic ice. Scientists are trying to predict the rate at which it will melt and how much it will make the oceans rise. And what they find out will affect the lives and fortunes of millions of people, the very survival of cities like this one.
Father charged with murder after shooting man found with his teen daughter running for Lonoke County Sheriff. The Arkansas man who was charged with killing a man who he found in a car with his 14-year-old daughter last year is now running for Lonoke County Sheriff. We need a whole lot of good sheriffs. There's at least a few good ones left these days. Dear Black Friday, we all have big TVs now. Put the groceries on sale. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You're not depressed. 20% of your diet is just engine lubricant. Yeah, if you want to find out a little bit about how bad most of the stuff at the store really is, do some real research on all of the seed oils that they literally put in almost everything you can find in a store, let alone all the soy, and that's just scratching the surface. And I'll end today's show with this. Once you understand that the solution wasn't created to solve the problem, but rather that the problem was intentionally created for the solution to be rolled out, then you will begin to comprehend the magnitude of evil in the people behind everything. This is very true. You usually hear this referred to as problem, reaction, solution. And yes, going back in history and even recent history, we see this applied time and time and time again. However, most people only apply this to a specific type of events. But all of us need to take a big step back and look at the big picture, because all of these seemingly separate events that's brought everything to the point we are now, they weren't separate. They were all just individual cogs in the overall machine. If you enjoyed today's show, please hit that like and subscribe, and share the videos with your family, friends, and social media, as well as the Akornzstash merch store. Those and other links can be found down below in the video description. But that's it for today's show, but I'll see you guys back here on next week's show. Until then, I thank you all for watching. You guys take care and stay safe this week. This is Akorn, over and out.
It's me.
Oh, hello.
Hi. I know this is a little bit short notice. This weekend, I was wondering, would you be able to move out? I've got some friends coming and I need the house.
What?
Is that okay?
No.
Why?
I mean, I don't know if you're aware of this, but as my landlord, I'm your tenant and I live here.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but it's just for the weekend. It's just I've got some friends coming and I need the house.
Can they not stay with you in your house?
No, it's not ideal really. My house isn't big enough and we've got kids, so I need this house. I'll put you up in a hotel.
No, you pay mortgage on this house, but I live in this house, as in I pay rent to you every month to live in this house. You can't just tell me to go because your friends are coming.
Maybe I can cancel a week's rent and put you up in a hotel?
No!
I just thought that, Why? I don't understand.
I don't need to inform you of my plans, but I'm sorry, I can't just leave my house on a moment's notice. I've got things to do. I'm not going, sorry.
I get that you pay rent, but at the end of the day, I own the house, so therefore, it's
I
mine.
pay rent in the house. No, just put them in a B&B or something.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when your contract runs out,
No.
I could have
Can you leave, please? Can you leave, please?